Hello, James here. As I was going through my files on my laptop, and I made a couple videos, and I was watching this video on Crimson Cured, and I'm gonna go with a couple of these other videos, and the topic is gonna be, what's going on with people who are in the interracial relationship. You know, it was supposed about love because it was a fight and there was a struggle back then for the two people to get along and date and marry, and now it's getting kind of hand. Here's this video. I'm gonna finish up this video, and then I'll get back with my commentary.
And so nobody cares what happens to black men. See, black men have always been the target of white supremacy anyway. So if there is a hate group that would deem to target specifically black men and black boys with hateful rhetoric targeted at them, nobody's gonna care. Which is why divestors get to be on all forms of social media and say things like get rid of black male children, abort black male babies, have like what is it, little icons and little thumbnails and stuff like that, where there's a silhouette of a black man being hung and a black woman like swinging on the same tree like she having fun. She don't care about what happened to him.
I have no issue with who you marry. If you want to marry a clean man, if you want to marry a purple man, I have no issue with that. The issue that I have, and this goes for black men, not just black women, this goes for black men as well. Marry who you want to marry, but don't degrade or look down or speak down on your own people just because you are married to someone that's non-black. Stop speaking negative of black women, and black women stop speaking negative of black men when you marry outside our race.
See, there's no website like this that black men own talking about how he colonized no black women, he's white owned and all of that type of stuff. No matter, I don't care if he passport bros, I don't care if he like white women, I don't care if he like polka dot women, I don't care if he like Thailand women, I don't care what kind of women he like. I have never ran up or been sent any website to the equivalent of that owned by black men or advertised by black men or talked about by black men or anything like that. The thing that black men are always saying is that even though we're disappointed and we're kind of done with the American black women, we don't actually hate them. And a lot of the passport bros, while some of them are going completely non-black, there are others that saying, no, I still want a black woman. I just want her from a different culture so that she can be feminine.
Oh
and
my God, I said the same thing. I just turned this. I didn't even watch your video.
I can actually stay within the realm of melanated women because there's so many across the world and so many different cultures. I can just go get them. So a lot of them are going to get Afro-Latinas. A lot of Brazilian women are melanated. You see what I'm saying? A lot of Caribbean women and whatever, they're melanated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're going to these other places. They're going to Africa and things of that nature to go and get other women. It's not a hatred of black women. It's a hatred of the mindset and the mentality and this bed winching that y'all do.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you all and get your opinion. For you 17% women that watch my content, please understand, I have nothing against black women. I'm all about black family, black wife, black children. I'm not interested in dating outside my race. That's not for me. But I don't condemn those that do date outside my race. But I do have a problem when they speak negative of our people. Anyway, do you agree with me or do you disagree? Either way, leave your comments below. Let's have this conversation.
That's the same thing. I said the same thing she was saying. It ain't about that. But you got some women that get online, they get upset. I agree with her. It's not about that. And I listen to and it goes. You really gotta listen to the men. Listen to what they're talking about. Don't just jump to assumptions. I said the same thing, but this next video is gonna trip you out. Because we're gonna talk about both sides of the track.
Except for popcorn.
I have a theory. This is the theory. Calm men who are mature, peaceful, pretty steady, emotionally constant. Their mom is crazy. Okay, so if he is a calm, normal man, his mom is crazy probably. The reason why he's so calm, so peaceful is because he grew up raised by a crazy mom, and now he just wants some normalcy. However, on the flip side, a crazy mom raises a crazy daughter. The daughter will be like the mom, probably.
A few moments later.
Keep in mind, y'all, my mom was so racist, but my whole thing is how are you racist when you lay down and had a baby with a black man? That just baffles me. But you all know who else is racist? A lot of Hispanic people. How are you racist but you're part of the minority? I also don't understand that. My sister's named Stacy. I also don't tell people that. And when she first got to the United States, she was a little chubby. My mama starved her to death, then made her run every day until she threw up. What?
It's an evil world we live in.
One time when we lived in Florida, and once again, it's always me trying to take one for the team. And I told on her, and she went to jail for a day, and then she couldn't see us for 30 days because she had to take some boo-boo ass class that ain't teaching her to be a parent. That's what it was supposed to do. The next day, when the deadline was over for her 30 days, what if I put the blue in the boba? She came and beat us, y'all, so bad.
Look, two things I highlight in this video, right? First of all, mommy issues is worse than daddy issues, in my personal opinion. A mama can mess up a daughter's head so bad to the point she's never going to be able to be in a stable relationship. And my second point is this, right? A person in general can be racist and still fetishize another race, right? So if you're a white man and like Asian women, you can still hate Asian people as a whole, but you sleep with Asian women. A black man could hate white people and still sleep with white women. That's how crazy life is, right?
So somebody once told me the quickest way to get over a man is to keep going back to that man.
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny. I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
Let me tell y'all, that is one statement that is the truth. But it's honestly sad because it took me 4 years to get tired. That's the problem.
Oh, man, you need to get off that crack, man. Get out.
So honestly, if you want to get over somebody, just get over them. If they're not doing right, just go. Just go. I promise you.
This is a beautiful place to get your pretty just here. You gotta just stand up. Alright, see, look, let me tell y'all something, right? If y'all are sleazeballs, y'all the cheating type of dudes, let me tell y'all something. Them type of girls, them the ones you won't go after because they have low self-esteem and low morals. Anytime you allow a man to plow you in a stairwell, you have low morals. It ain't like it's one of them spontaneous things like y'all in the heat of the moment. Nah, y'all do this regularly. This is y'all things.
But I just want to make a short video about that. But this thing with the interracial thing has gone back in the day. I'm going to play a short clip of this video. Shout out to Crayon Scribble for this video. Copyright fair use for it.
Any of these guests change their racist views by the end of the hour. We're going to start with our first guest, Stacy, who says her cousin Leroy hates the fact that Stacy's dating a black man. Leroy refuses to allow Stacy and her fiance, you're engaged to this guy, John, to set foot in their house. Leroy even goes so far as to say that any babies that they might have will be, to his words, polka-dotted. You hate black people?
Yes, I do. They're worthless. They're pieces of My mom got beat by a black guy. My aunt got beat by a black guy. God, white folks
Take a seat. And he would never allow the baby in the house, let alone your fiance, John.
Right.
Why, John? Why did you pick a black man?
They treat me better. A white man, a black man
What's wrong with white guys?
They're dirty. They can't dress.
White guys.
A white man cannot dress.
Black guys. All right. And the black guys just treat you better, especially your fiance. Now, it's your cousin who disapproves. Leroy is backstage and says he and his cousin Stacy were raised to stay away from black people. They just can't understand why she's betraying the family. Here's what Leroy had to say on tape.
Stacy's a white trash whore. She dates and I think it's disgusting. I told Stacy she's gonna have a butt for a baby. Stacy tries to act and talk like a black person. She looks and talks like she's a retarded inbred. It's even more disgusting, she's pregnant with a black man's child. Her fiance, John's a piece of and he's worthless. John's not allowed at my house. Stacy needs to be with the white man because they know how to treat a woman right.
Oh. Well, Leroy actually brought his brother Ricky with him today. You
This is
may just
back in
find that
2000.
racism runs in this entire family. Here are Leroy and Ricky. What's wrong with black people? They're dirty. They're blackheads.
Leroy, dirty, you evidently don't know what dirty is. This is considered clean. I'm a nice looking young man, okay? What we consider one of the best, one of the nice black men in America. Now, you got issues, that's your problem. Now, young lady, about you, I'm going to tell you like this. I understand, okay, black men treat you nice, white men don't. But you're supposed to look at who you love and who don't love you. That's what you look at first. Then you worry about the race. But y'all, you have to take that somewhere else because it ain't even happening up in here.
Which one's older, Ricky? Ricky, you're the older brother, right?
Yeah.
You hate black people?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black people?
Yes, I do.
What? You do?
Yeah.
And what makes you hate them?
What
is
makes
it
me
about?
hate 'em?
Yeah.
Because they're worthless, they're piece of And first of all, there's three things you can't give them. That's a job, a fat lip, and a black eye.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah.
I got it. That's a joke. Yeah.
Okay, most white people could get black eyes and turn red, green, and blue. But if you're around black people, you'll learn to work with them better, and you look like you'll date a black woman.
So obviously you've met John, haven't you?
Yeah,
Your fiance.
Yeah,
What's wrong with John? Because he's black. Did you ever talk to him?
I have family that's half black and half white.
See?
What family do you have, black and white?
Cousins, a lot of.
Cousins that have married whites who have married blacks.
Yeah, and the blacks all beat him. My mom got beat by a black guy. My aunt got beat by a black guy. All my cousins have been beat by black guys.
Your mom had a black boyfriend?
He was black and Mexican mix.
What's wrong with John?
He's broken into people's houses, I know, and he's
John has
thief.
broken into houses. Is that
Yeah.
true, Stacey?
No, that's not true.
He's never broken in. Does he not have a job?
He's got a job.
Do you have a job, Leroy?
Yes, I do.
I have you as unemployed.
I work.
Do you? I have you as unemployed. Do you
We
have
work construction. She knows who we work for.
You know, it's people like you guys that make it hard for moms to raise their children to think that everyone's equal because they hear stuff like this.
John is not allowed in your house, right, Leroy? John's not allowed in your house. You can take a seat.
I'm fine.
But you know what? I'd rather you be sitting down before John comes out, because now he's not allowed in your house, but you can be civil to him, right?
Sometimes.
Right? Now, do you think he's had some kind of a bad influence on Stacy?
Everything. She's just not right. She's not like how she
What's
is.
wrong with her?
The way she talks, the way she acts, she does everything.
I don't understand how you can act black.
Well,
What's acting black? What is it?
well, just everything. The
Why don't you act black? Why don't you act black for us, Leroy? Why don't you act black? Come on. Act black for us. So what? What is it? Act black.
I don't know how.
You don't know how. Do you know what he's talking
say is that there's no way that you can act black. Only thing a person can do is like associate with another culture, and apparently some of those traits is gonna just normally brush off. They got like
it's a different culture. It is a different culture. All right, John's not allowed in your house with you here today, and you guys are gonna be cool when he comes out. You can say whatever you want to say. Please welcome Stacy's fiance, John. Take a seat, you guys. Promise you can stay in your chair. Take a seat. Take a seat. You don't know me. What's up, baby? You don't know me, John. Yeah. John, that can't be fun. You went to their house, right?
Yeah.
What happened when you went to their house?
They told me I couldn't be up in there.
So you had to leave.
Yeah.
For what reason? Because it's black. Did you break into somebody's house or something?
No.
You got a job?
The only reason why he's saying I'm breaking people's house because he know black folks do that.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying? He don't know.
they're out there, and white people do it too.
You know.
Yeah. So you guys are engaged.
Yeah.
So if they have a child, you won't be the uncle to this child. You won't be Uncle Leroy. Uncle Ricky, no. Well, legally you will be, but you won't even talk to this child. You won't relate with the child. You won't go to the
Probably not.
Obviously your family feels the same way. Your mother had a black boyfriend, so she's not racist.
Not really.
So where did you get it from? Your father?
No, my dad's not racist at all. He's got a lot of black friends.
So Stacy, where did it come from?
I don't know where it came from.
You guys you're from Mississippi, right?
Right.
Although you say you're happy with John, you are a bit racist towards white guys. You said white men don't brush their teeth, they stink, they have bad hygiene, they don't treat women well. Aren't you a bit of a racist yourself?
Not really. But it's my life. I can, you know what I'm saying?
How's your life better with John?
How is it better
Yeah.
with John? He treats me right.
And a white guy would never treat you right.
No. Well, it's just because I've always dated a black man. And once a white girl dates a black man, it's going to be the same.
You are pregnant, aren't you, Stacy?
7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting, but I can understand if the men were let's say that was if they were getting beat by men that were abusive. I can understand being angry about that. If that happened, I would probably be angry too if another race. But at the same time, the other stuff is minute. But anyway, this was interesting. Let's go across the water.
I don't want my daughter going out with a black boy. So when I met her parents, they were totally fine. They didn't have any problems at all.
Sadly, since being together, Andre and Kaylee have suffered abuse on a regular basis.
Some of the girls, the black girls that go to a different school in our area, when we're together and they see us in the town, they give me a dirty look, like you shouldn't be with me because I've taken all the nice black boys away from them, and it hurts because it's not true at all,
They just see it as her stepping into their territory. But even if I wouldn't have been with them anyway, so they shouldn't have a problem. The majority of my friends are black as well, but they didn't see anything wrong with it. They just thought, yeah, Audrey, you're lucky because she's really nice. And that's all they were talking about, was how lucky I was.
I didn't mind that she wasn't black because colour's not really a problem for me. I don't really see racial boundaries. So I was just happy that he was happy with it. Black person, I've experienced racism, and I don't see why people be racist to the truth.
Most of the older people we see in the town, they give me and Andre bad looks. They don't like to see us together.
When you see things like that, you just think people are still living in the past. It just really gets annoying. And it hurts sometimes because you think they're just narrow-minded and they're not seeing it as we're just happy. All they care about is, races shouldn't mix. But at the end of the day, we're all the same race. We're the human race, so it doesn't really matter.
But is love always colourblind? Alright, let me ask you, Hugo. Okay, have you ever dated
it's not so much, London's very much cross-culture and everything else.
Britain has one
So, I mean,
of the highest
have some sort of
rates
some of
of
it. No, for me,
inter-ethnic
haven't found
relationships
when I
in
find out, it
the
doesn't matter,
world.
what creed, what colour.
Clarity is that Britain has the highest
I want to hear from the
relationship
from
in
the
the
people
world.
here and find out if that makes a difference to what you think. Yeah? Amy Joe. Yeah? Now, I know you go out with lots of, people from different races and stuff. What are the advantages?
I think that saying you only go out of your own race is limiting yourself. And I think that going out of all races is fine. I'm cool with it. I've been out of Middle Eastern, Bengalis. We've got some Asians over there. I'm going to move on. Where's David? There you are, sweetie.
I'm the first person in my family to be going out with somebody different.
Going to my girlfriend's
When I
religion.
first found out that I was going out with a Muslim, they were sort of worried, like we don't really know anything about this, or only what we've heard on the news and stuff like that. My dad was completely ignorant. He was like, "Would you like to come along to a pig roast?"
Oh, no!
Yeah, there you go. So it's really just embarrassing, sort of stupid moments like that. But apart from that, I haven't had any problems.
So what lengths do you have to get? Because obviously you two want to be together like long term, properly.
Been together for 4 years.
What are you going to do in order for that to happen? Are you going to become a Muslim?
I've been considering it because ever since I started going out with her, I've been trying to learn more about Islam and what it means to find out more about her, to understand her.
Yeah.
So I've gone along to the mosque and everything makes sense, and I want to sort of
makes sense.
my own reasons really.
Nana! Right, what about yourself, babe? Have you been out with anyone white?
Well, yeah, basically, my experience is that I went out with this one, like a white Jewish girl, and I was like, we were cool and stuff like that. When I was catching her because I just liked her, straight off. It wasn't the case of racing anything like that. I just liked her, pretty girl, crazy and stuff like that.
He was the first black guy she dated in
I felt like it was more of a gimmick
a
for her.
gimmick.
You see, she would always really like to say stuff like, "Oh, never really gone out with a black guy before." She really made it like as if it was such a fun little novelty, and that put me off. That really put me off, and I was just like
You're black skin.
yeah, and things like that. And then he was like, what am I in this for? Am I in this so I can be in a jar later on for her to just go, "Oh yeah, this was my experience." Yeah, it was just like, I didn't want that. I wanted it to be like, you have the same feelings for me like I have for you and stuff. And it wasn't.
And you weren't going out with her, on that kind of gimmick?
No, because when I first saw her, I saw her in this little black dress and she looked fine.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You were happy
when
and
you
nice.
see that, you just think to yourself, "Oh boy, come on down." You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking.
Thomas, about yourself.
Now, when I went down the road with a white girl, she got a lot of stares and stuff like that, and people thinking, "Well, what's a black boy doing with a white girl?" I live in Brixton, and it's like Brixton's mostly populated by black
He
people.
said dating white women are less stressed. By 1997, half the black men and a third of black women in relationships in the UK had a white partner. So back in 1997, this video must be taken.
If I have a black girl with past experiences anyway, you usually have a lot of stress, whereas there's so much stress in you out listening to her friends a lot, and you having on the phone to her girlfriends and stuff like that. With white girls, well, they're a bit more laid back than not.
They're laid back, so what? You've got a talent against black girls because they got funk, well, not literally, they got fire. But you never know. When would you take me out? Nana?
To heaven and back. Take trouble cars because I ain't got a car. It's like, I always get, most of my boys are like, yeah, my girl give me stress, I need to go out with this thing, because you get my other boys are happy, and I'm like, but where's the stress? At the end of the day, this girl loves you, but you just want to treat her good.
Okay, we're going to leave it there for a couple of minutes, but judging from what we've heard so far, it looks like mixed race relationships can work and that love conquers all rosy. Yeah. Coming up in part 2 though, we'll be hearing from another couple who had a
Interesting from the Britain side, on the British side. Let's go back to the American side. This is from the video.
won't, then
He
what does that do?
lives out the rest of his life with me and him and my children from a
You're
previous
gonna go with your own
marriage.
Heather Underwood had been dating Ravon for a year when they appeared on our show. Heather's mother, Susan, had refused to meet Ravon because he was black. She said he was not welcome in her home. And what's wrong with Ravon?
He's black, and I don't want him in this family.
Because he's black.
Because, I mean, you can't even go. Now, wait a minute. Let me talk.
Yeah,
Okay, let me talk. This is my time.
Okay.
In today's society, you can't even go in a restaurant, and I don't care what any of you guys out there say. People look at you, they turn around and go, look at that girl. Yes, they do. I hear it. I hear it. People at work, you know, they'll come in interracial couples. I'm like, oh, man, did you see that girl? Is that all she can do? No.
Let's do it that when it comes. Susan, you have never even met him.
No.
Never been face to face. Well, you're about to because he's coming out right now. Ravon.
First I called over and she didn't say nothing, about me calling over there. And then after that, I thought...
But tell him what? He feels the letter said, you need to check your mama. Well, I ain't no mama, and you ain't even gonna check on me. See, he would write her letters and things when I was at work. They'd come on the days I was at work, but I had a little day off. And so I opened the letter up. Because how many white guys have a name called Ravon?
Yeah.
Let's be real. So I knew it was from a black guy.
Okay.
And I wanted to know what it was about.
What was in the letter that made you so angry?
He said, you need to check your mama. And I ain't no mama. And I hardly think so.
Have you ever called him names to Heather?
Yes.
Can you try to support her choice so that you can maintain your relationship?
No, but how can I sit there and support it when I know it's wrong?
You don't have to like
see
it.
it happen over and over.
I'd like for her to try to get to know him. She hasn't even gave him a chance. Okay, not at all. And he would like to get to know her.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. I mean, can you at least give him a
Anybody that wants to check your mama? No.
We were hoping to sort of give you both a chance to at least know each other, but you don't. You don't want to. We know that racism works both ways. And when we come back, a woman who disapproved of her nephew's marriage to a white woman because she said he was betraying his black heritage. Be back. Racism comes in every color. Tanya and William Henry had been married over a year when they appeared on our show. William's Aunt Barbara and his sister Carmela could not accept his choice to marry a white woman. Right now we'd like you to meet Tanya and William, who were married last May, and William's Aunt Barbara says her nephew married Tanya because white women are easier to control. William's sister, Carmela, says he married her because white women are just easy. What do you think your Aunt Barbara's, does she just dislike all white people?
She told me that on the phone. She said, I just don't like them. She told me that when their hair is wet, they smell like dogs.
All right, I didn't say that.
I'm supposed to be her favorite nephew, right?
Yeah.
And
He is my nephew, but that don't make me have to acknowledge her.
But this is a part of me that right now, this
That's
is a
not
part
a part of you.
This
You
is
a part
this
of
makes
you.
her a part of me, right here.
What I'm saying is that the black community needs so much help within itself that we don't even have time. What's she gonna get on?
Okay, so you're saying there's nothing out of... Let me make... Hang on. Let me make sure...
She don't have to offer the black community nothing. All she has to do is offer me her heart.
Tell us specifically why you won't accept this woman.
Because she a duck, she dumpy, she ain't got nothing to offer. She live in my sister's house.
Why do you think that she's getting... Why do you think... And William's sister, Carmela, you also will not accept Tanya. What problem do you have with Tanya?
I don't have no problem with this. It's not Tanya. It's just the fact that he married a white woman. He could have married a black woman.
Okay, so let me change. Then what problem do you have with white women?
It's nothing. White women are just, I don't know. I just don't like it.
Well, okay, you gotta have a reason. You say what? White women are dumber than black women?
Yes.
You do say that.
Yes, I do.
You say that.
I just think so. Yes, they are.
Okay, you say white women are easier than
Yes,
black
they
women.
are.
You say white women will do things sexually with a man that black women won't do.
Just because a white girl sitting up there, baby, she must know how to keep her man. You gotta do it. Your man.
Tanya, is it worth it? All of this. Is all of this worth it?
You know what? I am in love with this guy here, okay? And I gave up pretty much a lot of my family because I wanted to be with this person. It's not a color thing with me, okay?
It's worth it. He wants to
I wonder if they still married.
Stacy were cousins who used to be
I wonder about
inseparable.
that.
That was until Jill started dating out of her race, and her cousin Stacy disowned her. Have you ever met Val?
Yeah, I met Val.
What don't you like about him?
He's black.
Val, come on out here. Val's cousin, your cousin Nicole's backstage. Same deal. She says she calls up and Jill hassles her on the phone. You guys are getting it from both sides. Let's have Nicole join us, everybody. You can't accept his choice?
No, because he downgrade black women.
How do I downgrade black women?
First of all, he always saying that we not the right person for him or something like that. But then why did he have to go out and get a white woman that don't look like
black
nothing?
woman that was strong enough to be up under me in my characteristics.
What do you mean that we are not strong enough to be up under?
I haven't personally me, right? See, I'm only one person. I can't go around meeting a billion people. The black women that I came encounter with, right? And black, white, or whatever it's gonna be, I'm gonna be the catch first of all. And the
Wait a
women
minute,
that I
what makes
came
you think you're
encounter
going to be
with.
the cat? You are not all that. Let me tell you something. You can pick a white woman. I have nothing against that. But you do not need to put down us black women because you know what? There's somebody out there for everybody. Accept us for what we are and not for what we're not.
Nicole, what happens if they get married?
Oh, I don't know to wear.
We don't care. We don't want you there.
I want to be here.
You feel like it's going to make a big difference if you go or
That
not?
red dress will turn me off. Excuse me, my brother, while you down in black women, I wish you stop looking over here winking at my sister. Right here. Why you sitting there winking at her like that? You sitting there with the come on, with the little come on, look at the little winky wink with the little wannabe style.
Val, wait, what's the deal?
I'm trying to figure out if he just finished eating a lollipop or something because he was kind of licking his lips at me. He's just trying to make me feel good, that's all.
I get the same where I go, Jimmy. You know, women, if I'm around a crowd or after my fights and stuff, yeah, women just automatically like take to me.
Vicky Ronan was very upset about her daughter Amy's relationship with a black man. Vicky told Amy that because Adam was black, no man would ever want her again. Yeah.
She has a lot of future ahead of her.
Go ahead.
Why did he have to step in here and ruin her future?
I've never met this guy before, right?
No, I have never met
Okay, well here he is, Adam.
This is back in 1996.
I do not believe in interracial relationships.
You still let her date another
Amy,
person?
no, I do not believe in interracial relationships. I asked them not to
Can you tell us why? Can you tell us why,
Stay away
Vicky?
from my daughter.
Vicky, why do you not approve of interracial relationships? What's wrong with black people?
There's nothing wrong with them. It's what their children, when they have children, unprotected sex, and they have children that are separate. My grandchildren.
I got a white mom and a black dad. That's the best thing I can do. My mom is white, and I'm white as any other guy, and I'm black as any other guy. So what's the difference?
I want her to be happy that I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy to
When we come back, more families in conflict over interracial relationships, including
Wow. Wow, this stuff been going on since in the 90s, and been in the 90s, man. And but this is something that's you know that people still wrestle to this day about that. But it's been going on for almost 3 decades, talking about maybe 3 to 4 decades on this topic about interracial. But her platform was one of the platforms that would bring these issues. Her and I think Queen Latifah would talk about it and everything. And so yeah, that was really interesting about that insight into interracial couples. and they go at it. But yeah, there's people that still feel like that to this day, and it's crazy, man. Some people are like that. That's why I said, but they made that same argument back then. That people on both sides was opposing to the interracial. It's funny you hear that because when I was around somebody, they said that they didn't. It was a white person. They said that right in front of me that they didn't want their child with a black person. And we supposed to be friends. Of course, I kind of cut ties with them after that. But but it was on some more. It was more than that. But yeah, people still kind of backwards about that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, this stuff been going on and on and on since the '90s, mid '90s, early '90s, 2000s, and people still talking about it, and it's still rubbing people the wrong way. So, and even across the pond. But yeah, I can. And where they got this from, was this myth. They got it from this basically. Like you get couples Asian mixed in with other white couples, and you got mixed Hispanic couples, that are celebrities. Let me see. I just, it's something, man. People are just really, but this stuff been going on. So, where they get this stuff from? And just kind of from over in that part of the world, and especially among the Britain people, and yeah, this is something that was really interesting. Personally, whenever I dated different women in the past, whether they were white or anything, I didn't put no woman over another woman. It's just that oh, I'm particularly picking this one because she's white and she's better than the black woman. And I would never even make no statements like that. It was just like, hey, man, it was just basically you just meeting another woman. It's just being a different origin, but it's like I can say I never put no race of woman on a pedestal. Any race of woman, and I won't, because there's more to the person than skin deep. Once you get past that mentality, people don't understand. Is more to that than meets the eye. You got to get to love the person, even if you are in the interracial relationship. You have to have but oh yeah, I forgot to play the rest of this video, because this video went up. On this video you heard from the women, but you didn't hear from the men respond to this video.
Black men don't need your saving. That's it.
So those are black women's reaction. Go ahead, share your thoughts down in the comment section, okay? And then this is black men's reaction to what the white woman said.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
You see, guys? White girls can be passport bros too. Yay! Aria here says that she loves black men because when she's around white men, she feels unseen. White boys are mean to her, and black guys are nice because they've been sexually objectified and treated bad like her. She can relate. She says that if she came on here and said that she loves black women, no one would bat an eye. She says people don't realize that there can be a genuine reason to love black men, and all the reasons she gave involves them treating her nice and being oppressed by her own people. Sorry, white boys, You haven't been oppressed enough for her. Dating people just to please you and treat you nice isn't objectifying them, no. Sounds like a passport bro to me. She wants to say whatever she wants to say about black men and not be criticized. What a privilege. Please stay out of relationships with people that have to put down their own kind. It's self-hate.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
I will never understand a white woman being pressed about letting the world know she only dates black men or she only loves black men. Never understand it. I can't comprehend it. Don't care to. But I just don't understand why they be so pressed about letting the world know they date black men. Just won't get it. Like, are y'all trying to seek validation? Or what? I don't know. I just don't get it, man.
That I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Hey, you. That's totally awesome that you like cream in your coffee. Well, I like coffee in my cream. Wait, did I say that right? I think it's the opposite way. No, but you know what I really like about you? You know what's totally cool about you? You like, even though you like black guys, which is awesome, totally awesome, you know. But you don't try to look or act black. Now that's what I really like. That's what's totally cool. I might need to talk.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Go watch her video. She's basically saying that she can't say that she likes a black man without everybody getting, you know what I'm saying, mad, or you're using him for his body, or you're fetishizing him. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, man, when we say America is racist as shit, bro, it's racist as shit. They just keep exposing it. Just watch it, bro. You can't say nothing positive about black people, like black men in general. That's why they hate the passport, bro. That's why they try to demonize it. Oh, it's got to be something bad because y'all are doing it. Y'all are the ones doing it. You know what I'm saying, bro? And then what's so bad about it? The world is not on the same shit as America. And I think that's what's driving a lot of these low-key racists fucking mad. That they're like, well, why God? So we're the only ones that can't be? Yeah. You're exposed. Peace out.
I love black men without there being an entire uproar is genuinely sad.
Brothers, it is Black History Month. Stop allowing yourselves to be pandered to. This woman does not love you. She is a parasite on the dying carcass that is your heart. Most of y'all need love, I can see from the comments. But her argument is that black men exhibit behaviors that are kind, that are caring. This is racism. Assigning behaviors and traits to a particular race is racist. It's like saying Asians are good at math. I know you need love, but stop getting it from random internet people who just want your views, need to pander to you. And on a real note, I do not like the weak shit. The pathetic, groveling some of y'all do for white woman validation. It is pathetic, man. Get the hell up.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
You want to know why there's such an uproar? Because we see through your crap. We know that people like you only say that, oh, I love black men, I want a black boyfriend, because you only see us as your little BBC fetish, and half of the time, well, not even half of the time, 9 times out of 10, y'all be racist, y'all be abusive, y'all be weird, and, you know, y'all are just not good people, you know, and you hide it behind this pseudo activism when the whole time you're just fetishizing us. So that's just not cool. We see through that, and I wish more black men saw through that, because we would have less of you.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
I believe people can love whoever the hell they want to. Hell, I seen a TV show where a woman married a tree. So if white women can have coitus with conifers, I see no problem with Caucasians courting African Americans. Serena Williams got a white man that don't take away from her black. Kamala Harris got a white man that don't take away from her black. Goddamn black man get a white wife, you gotta be an Uncle Tom. Or even worse, a Republican. Are those two synonymous? I'm just fucking with you, black Republicans, you so sensitive ass motherfuckers. Don't let Michael B. Jordan marry a white woman. There will be weeping collection of teeth. Black women be so mad they'll burn sage for 20 years. I mean, I seen a white man fall in love with a dog. I mean, white people just fall in love with anything, y'all. You know, just let them be. If they gonna fall in love with anything, might as well be a black person. And the whole world gonna wind up looking like Steph Curry anyway. Eventually, we gonna be one big ass pot of light skin with burnt edges. Yep, the whole human civilization is gonna look like cornbread. We all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I just so happen to think the black women are the shit, so I married one. But if I thought white women were the shit, Hispanic women were the shit, Asian women were the shit, I would've married one of them motherfuckers too. And what the fuck? We worried about who other people fucking anyway. I like Crayola box kids. I mean, I like people that just look like they everything. Where you come from? Where your people from? Everywhere.
The fact that I can't come on here and say that I love black men without there being an entire uproar.
Now, this is only my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. Just keep things respectful, as I'm going to do as I'm replying to this young lady right here. Now, watch a few of your videos that you put out on this situation, and I want to touch bases on a couple things. In one part of your video, you said this.
People cannot fathom the fact that I could love a black man for something aside from his body. And
I don't think that people are saying that you can't love a black man for something other than his body, but what you're saying is that you're only going to choose to love a man that has a specific type of body. When you say I only date black men, what you're saying is if you don't have that black body, I'm not going to date you or even look your way. And ultimately, it's the body of a black man that you ultimately love and want to date. Just like there's good black men in the world that treat women good, there's good white men that treat women good. Asian men that treat women good, Somalian men that treat women good, and so forth and so forth. But what you're saying is everybody else is automatically counted out because they don't have that body. You also explained about your negative experiences that you've had with white men. But then you took those negative experiences and then you categorized all white men with them and you automatically said, okay, I feel like this is going to be all white men, so I'm counseling all of them out. Just like when somebody says, I only date white men, they're automatically taking negative experiences that they've had with black men or somebody else or somebody else's negative experiences that they've had, and they categorize all men of that color together and say, okay, I'm just counseling all of them out as a whole. And that's not fair to the men of that skin color that you're automatically counseling out. It's okay to date who you like to date, but what's not right is putting somebody else down while you're putting somebody else up. You literally did a video where you're putting white men down and lifting black men up. I would be pissed off too if I was a white man. Just like when people do a video putting white men up and black men down, it pisses me off. People don't have to put somebody else down to lift somebody else up. And it's okay to have your preference. That's why we say to love everybody regardless of their sexual preference. But what's wrong is not having empathy for other people. When you come out and acknowledge to the world in public saying I only date black men, you have to understand that's going to hurt people and make people feel some type of way. Not necessarily because they don't want you to date somebody else, but they're hurt because they're basically counseled out without you even knowing them.
That's true.
You're saying no matter how great of a person they are, no matter how well they treat women, they would never have a shot at you because of their skin color.
Exactly.
This is no disrespect or hate towards you at all, my sister, but I do want to touch other parts of this video and another video you did on your channel, but I do love you and I'll do a part 2 later.
If everything about your business is working,
and I'm about to round this up, and he's right. I mean, when I was out there, and if I would pick a mate, I'm not gonna pick her because I'm picking because black women are this or this woman. I'm just picking a person because I learned in time that it's the character of the person you gotta live with, and pretty much among the human race, the characteristics of a woman pretty much matches up with the characters. You know, they all have the same characteristics sooner or later. Because one thing I've learned over my lifetime, people don't stay the same. People do not stay the same personality. You're gonna get tired. You know, you're gonna grow old. You're gonna get on each other's nerves. Whoever you with. And the thing about it is that you know, who you with is who you with. Like I said, I dated black women. I've dated white women. One time I dated a woman from the islands, she's from Micronesia, and met other women, but not on an intimate basis. But when I got the chance to know all that, first get over that honeymoon phase, and when you get down to really know a person, that's a whole different thing. Is to stay together with the person, because what sense of starting a relationship up with somebody, breaking up with somebody, emotionally attaching yourself to somebody, especially when you lay down with them, because technically you still are attached with them, in some form or fashion, whoever the person is. Number two thing is this. A woman is just a woman. I mean, like I said, if I would meet the woman, is because we had good chemistry. It was not because of her skin color. 'Cause I remember someone told me one time, because you date somebody because you don't want to deal with the black women no more. I just say no. It's just that maybe the women that didn't work out, it's just that we didn't have a certain chemistry. Because it takes two to be physically attracted to somebody. Because I could be attracted to somebody, and they might not be attracted to me for whatever reason. Maybe the way I look, maybe the way I sound. And then, so you have to really consider something like that. Then, if I might see a person, they might not meet to my certain standards. So, what I'm saying is that you can't. Like what the last guy said, that's true. You can't. That does kind of put down if you say one thing. If you put all the one group of people down, it's gonna get some people feeling that kind of way, because there are some people from all races that are nice. Just because you find someone of another race that treats you better, you have to learn when you interracially dating or soon to get married. You're marrying the person, not, the individual behind the culture, the skin, and the traditions and everything. You being with the person, and that's what it comes down to. And I think that some people, they don't look at that. You gotta find, if you have certain things, do you agree with? Do you agree? Of course, you're not going to agree with everything, but you have to have certain things in common. Your belief system. Spiritually, you definitely should be lined up. On a spiritual matter, because the spiritual matter makes up the physical matter, and if you don't have no spiritual alignment together, you're not going to be able to stand apart. You're going to be split. Either you a believer or you're unbeliever. But if an unbeliever, they can't really get with a believer, because they totally split. Even though that the people can be attracted towards one another, but they can be split on that. That's the number thing. Spiritual, it does, because after you get over the honeymoon phase of the attractiveness and getting you're getting to fill each other out for the first time. Months come around, year come around. Are you able to deal with this person's habits? Are you able to deal with your habits? Can you deal with their habits? So being a couple is more than that. Whether you're a same race couple or an interracial couple, what do you have in common? And what is the characteristic of the person? Because whatever the characteristic of the person is, that's who you want to be with. But if you with somebody because and let's say if I would pick the white woman, I just pick her for a white, and don't think that I'm not going to see the same issues that I would say trying to blame a black woman. I've come across white women that was just about as worse, or worse than black women. I mean, so it ain't so much the race of the woman. It's the characteristics of the woman you come across. And I think it's the same way when women looking for other men. It, maybe that black man that you know maybe did you wrong, but you might never know the next black man might be the right person. But if you just get with somebody, get with another guy, hopefully that guy is more, you have more love that person inside out, and they do the verse, because that's gonna mean a lot. That's the one that's gonna hold the relationship longer. Because who wants to get involved with somebody 6 months to a year, get engaged, then possibly get married, then somewhere along the line you find that you really didn't really know each other, take the time out to really understand one another, and they didn't have the patience, the endurance, the love to be with you. And that's what's wrong with some people. If you ever see some couples that have been getting 10, 15, 20, 30, and they still rolling after 25, 30 years, trust me, they known each other. And then the best part, because they really know each other, and if they get along, they ain't always gonna see eye to eyes on everything, but they can come into agreement on relationships. So if anybody listening to this video, when you get with somebody of a different race like you would do with someone of the same race, make sure you get to know them as a character. That's a very big important, I've learned. Get to know the character. Don't assume because someone's different, and because you might have a kind, sweethearted black woman will do just as anything and give you a heart and won't compromise and argue with you, will be combative. But you might be the white woman, might be combative. So you never know the personality of the woman you're getting with. That's the truth. And it could be vice versa. Women looking for a man. You just never know. You have to understand the characteristics of the mate you're getting with. After you get over the sterile honeymoon type, because that's not reality. The reality of it is, and you see in the videos, and then can they stand in the storm? And I wanted, are interracial couples still together? That's the next question. Are they still together to this day? Because I was back in the 90s and early 2000s. I wonder if they're still together. But that's the endurance. That's the test. Can you withstand the storm when people object from your family, your closest friends? Can you stand the storm? And can you stand, because this is what you're going to go through. And unfortunately, even though we have a multicultural, everybody from all over the world in America, America has a spirit of racism across this country. And what you see in them videos, that's a reflection in different cities and different states. And you really have to better be careful if you're an interracial couple. Because I made a video about you don't want to be someplace down in Alabama, certain parts of Alabama, Louisiana, and places like that. Heck, even some places in Illinois. Not just picking on the South, but you got some places in the Midwest, you better not be an interracial couple. Because it can literally cost you your life. Seriously. I mean, we got some sundown towns that they don't tell you about. So you have to be aware of where you're at and where you go. So I hope this video kind of lightens some people. But yeah, if that person is with you, regardless of race, color, creed, are they willing to stand in the storm? Because it's going to be opposition that you ain't never going to imagine. And if you have children, they're going to tap your children. And you have to instill in them the reality as sooner or later that mommy and daddy, even though we're two different nationalities, we love you, and find a supportive system. And I made videos in the past that get around some other people who are into interracial accepting relationship. Just like the LGBTQ community, you know, that's what they do. Don't go out because people are mean. People are cruel and they're mean. And they'll be mean to your children. And they'll put that stuff and they teach their children to come at you with that. I seen a video about that with it. Was a woman, a Korean woman with two daughters that have Kenyan or black and Korean, and she had a wake up moment in Utah because they brought that part of Utah where they at or race. It's all predominantly white. But we see when she was over Korea, maybe when she was over Korea, it was kind of looked at, but it was kind of okay. But when it got to the States, when she stepped into American shores, racism her kids have seen generations of it, and luckily she has a boyfriend who was black that kind of told her who she and kind of inspired because it really messed her up. So when you about your children as two different nationalities or one favored between the two nationalities, listen to what I'm saying to you. Don't dismiss it like, oh, just no, because that can affect the rest of their life. So make sure you around a network of people that support your relationship, that support you for you, no matter who you are, and have a good mixture of friends, black and white. Telling you the reason I'm telling you that, who will accept you, and anybody will accept you. Because if you just go around the black side, there's gonna be some reservation. There's gonna be some acceptance. You go around the white side, it might be some acceptance, but they're gonna say some pretty mean, cruel things. And I know I dated a young woman who was biracial, and I mentioned in my past videos when I went down to a sundown town. She was from a sundown town, Corbin, Kentucky. And her mother, kind of convinced her that her neighbor didn't like them because, guess what? The neighbor, when they were young, was a member of the KKK. And they tried to walk off or deny it, but guess what? I talked to someone else that was on How I Met Her on the chat channel, and they were white, and they confirmed that that the town was so small, they knew who the person was. They wasn't like that. That's why they had to leave Corbin, Kentucky. This was a white woman I was talking to. But it's like this, you can't be in denial, and that kind of pissed me off. Like, how you gonna deny that this happened? You know what I'm saying? And you can see that it hit her self-esteem. It dragged her really low. And like I said, don't raise no interracial child in no white settings. Don't even put them in the mixture settings where it's mixed. I'm telling you, because this is what happened with her. And it was sad enough. Her father was black. Sound like he didn't stay connected with her. And the price she paid, she just know the white side. And in all places, Corbin had a mixed baby in Corbin, Kentucky. I mean, not Lexington, Kentucky, not Louisville, Kentucky, Corbin, Kentucky. And guess what? The white people who lived in Corbin and around them towns down there told me about Corbin, Kentucky. They were straight up. They didn't beat around the bush or nothing. Saying, yeah, it's a sundown town. Even the black people told me, a few black people that were from Kentucky told me that part of Kentucky is a sundown town. So be careful. Because they will tell you, and then they'll convince you they hate a part of yourself, which is the unique mixture of your child. But when you go out there in that white environment, they have to pick a side. Some do pick a side. Sad enough that it is. I have witnessed that too. So, and that's why I made a video a long time ago. There's certain parts of, I started with Ohio and different parts of the places you probably not want to go if you're an interracial couple, because I know how those predominantly white towns are. They can be mean as heck, and then you got some black people can be mean as heck. So you just even certain areas stay in a middle class area, but there's like areas here in Columbus. You won't. I don't think you will go as bad as other areas of the state. That's my personal opinion, because I've been through the state of Ohio and on the outskirts of Kentucky and West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and I can tell you from personal hand, definitely Indiana. Woo! You know, Indiana, some parts of Indiana, it's like, that's the KK state. Some places in there is a KK state. But anyway, that's why I said, please take this advice. So that's why I covered this topic. So, give you something to think about. But yeah, whether you're a man or woman, when you pick somebody of another race, it's the same way with your own race. Make sure you better love them, because you're going to go through a battle. And if you live in a predominantly white town, trust me, they will say things to you. If you're not present and strong willed enough, they'll say things right in front of your face when you get somebody pissed off, and they lash out. Be prepared. I know. So that's all what I'm saying. I don't try to be negative either way. Love who you love. Like the dude said, love who you love, but don't pick someone based on their preference, and say one is better than the other. I agree with that. Don't do that, because you're gonna find out later on in life that really people by their personalities, they have the same personality, black or white or any other. That's true. Until you find that mate and you continue to date, live long enough. Time and life will show you. Alright then, guys. Take care and be blessed.